Greenland PM prefers Denmark ties over U.S. ahead of Vance meeting. Residents in Greenland's snow-covered capital, Nuuk, expressed support for remaining part of Denmark and called for a pause in independence discussions ahead of high-level talks in Washington on Wednesday as U.S. President Donald Trump intensifies his interest in the Arctic island. Greenlandic and Danish foreign ministers will meet U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance and Secretary of State Marco Rubio in Washington on Wednesday after renewed threats of taking control over Greenland, an autonomous territory Denmark. Greenland's Prime Minister Jens-Frederik Nielsen reiterated Greenland's commitment to Denmark, dismissing the prospect of becoming a U.S. territory. "We face a geopolitical crisis, and if we have to choose between the U.S. and Denmark here and now, then we choose Denmark," Nielsen told reporters in Copenhagen on Tuesday, standing alongside Danish Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen. "We stand united in the Kingdom of Denmark." Greenland's political landscape appears to be shifting, with leaders and residents focusing on long-term independence rather than immediate autonomy. "In the current circumstances, I think it would be wise for Greenland to commit to Denmark for a very, very long time and remain under the NATO security umbrella," said Finn Meinel, a Nuuk-based lawyer. Some Greenlanders are worried about potential U.S. intervention. Charlotte Heilman, a pensioner in Nuuk, shared her reservations. "I can't imagine living as an American. We are part of Denmark and NATO, so I don't understand why he keeps saying he wants to take our country." Kasper Frankmaler, a tour operator, noted how U.S. threats have brought Greenlanders closer together. Last year, some people were still focused on fast independence. But after what has happened, there's more unity among us because we have to stand against this possible annexation. Hopefully, tomorrow's meeting will lead to a diplomatic solution. Greenland has been moving towards greater self-governance since 1979. However, Cabinet Minister Naja Nathanielsen, responsible for business, energy, and minerals, acknowledged there is no immediate rush. "For others, this might be a piece of land, but for us, it's home," she said in London. Nathanielsen added that Greenlanders are content being part of Denmark and see themselves as allies of the U.S., not as Americans. Trump's administration has repeatedly claimed Greenland's strategic importance to U.S. national security. White House officials have been discussing various plans to bring Greenland under U.S. control, including potential use of the U.S. military and lump sum payments to Greenlanders as part of a bid to convince them to secede from Denmark. Danish Foreign Minister Lars Løkke Rasmussen and Greenlandic counterpart Vivian Motzfeldt had requested the upcoming meeting in Washington in response to Trump's remarks. Rasmussen emphasized the importance of addressing disputes diplomatically. "Our aim is to move the discussion into a meeting room where we can look each other in the eye," he said. Denmark, which has managed Greenland for centuries, faces growing pressure to bolster Arctic defenses to counter geopolitical tensions. Danish Defense Minister Troels Lund Poulsen plans to meet NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte in Brussels next week, with multinational NATO exercises in Greenland scheduled by 2026. Danish Prime Minister Frederiksen acknowledged the challenges presented by the heightened U.S. interest. "It is hard to stand up to the U.S., our most important ally," she said on Tuesday. "But the hardest part may still be ahead of us."